Hello and welcome back to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be playing some more Sovereign Syndicate. We're exploring Sorris Square at the moment with Teddy. Go and talk to a few people. There might be opportunities to raise his hope or just maybe advance one of the other things that we've got going on. Let's talk to Watchful Centaur. Hello, what can I do for you? Excuse me, sir, but are you a private detective? Ah, nice. Depends on who's asking, Miss... Oh, no, he's not. Depends on who is asking, Mr. Teddy Redgrave, monster hunter extraordinaire. This here is my handmade contraption, Otto. I very much appreciate your moustache, good sir. Delightful, it speaks. Thank you, Mr. Otto. You're most certainly welcome. Well, Mr. Redgrave, I can see no sense in concealing my identity to someone who I've already heard is an upstanding monster hunter. The name's Yves Chalamet Duval. Oh, it is very nice of you to introduce yourself to us. You seem like a decidedly forthcoming chap. Well, thanks for your time. For now, I'll bid you good day. Good day, Mr. Redgrave. Okay. You might come into play for something else. That's up to the hotel, isn't it? I guess we could explore the corners a little bit more. No, that's it, isn't it? So this is the exotic pet seller, isn't it? I can't remember his name. Not his name, his voice. Mindy, where art... Oh, hello. Always pleased to make the acquaintance of a fellow dwarf. Oi, name's Teddy Redgrave. Well met. I am Otto, the automaton. Oh, it speaks. Fascinating. Sir Willard Rathbone at your service. This here's Dulcimer. Does he mean the monkey on his shoulder or the ostrich he's riding? No matter, it might as well be referred to an imaginary friend. This fellow's plainly mad. How's everything? Fleas, sir. A dashed outbreak of fleas amongst my flock. Oh, no. Oh, I believe they'll be on my way. Good day. Don't want fleas. Yeah, so... What else was I going to do in this square? Look at that motor car, maybe. A vehicle powered by the latest steam boiler from Arsenal Engines. I guess folk are trying to keep up with the pace of city life. Got to meet Dante at Arsenal Engines. Oh, he gave me the spanner, didn't he? So we can go back down into the sewers and muck around in the pump room. Yeah, that doesn't seem to be in my journal, but he did do that, so let's go do that right now. I wonder if I can get directly there. It's this sewer grate, I think, isn't it, leads down to the right area. Here we go, so we want to go through to Pumped House. And go and tinker with the bootlegging operation. I thought we got it. Did I not speak to him about it? Oh. Okay, my bad. I thought we'd spoken to him about it. I could have sworn he'd given it to us already. Never mind. Maybe I was going to speak to him and then I went to speak to Molly instead. Maybe that was it. Molly's mech. Oh, okay. Well, we've already spoken to Gordon. I could have done that when I was in Sorris Square, couldn't I? Right, well, let's do that now. I'm not sure it's a terribly good idea, but we'll see where it goes. He's just down here. It's probably what he's got going on in the secret room as well. Hello again, sir. Little bird told me you specialise in certain kinds of surgeries. So you're Molly's volunteer. I'm afraid my schedule's a tad packed today, although tomorrow could work. Very well, I'll come back later. You say, sir? Well, talk to you later, Gordon. Be seeing you. Alright, well that was useful, wasn't it? Okay. Let's have a quick look through Teddy's journal. Yeah, okay, tell you what, let's I'm just trying to get stuff maybe done before I presume the chapter will end at a certain point once we've advanced the story. So I just want to kind of get the optional stuff done ahead of that. So let's go in. I know we're going to probably get something else to install on Otto, but we do have a piece already, so let's go and do that. Right, what can I install on our resident automaton? Also got to make sure I've got a couple of gears on me for fitting each component on it, Watto. Install. Not entirely sure what this one does, but it's a bit eerie. Oh well, science favours the curious. I feel more spruced up than before. Stellar work as always. Well, that's a relief. You don't get to make such companions every day, so I ought to exercise great caution while digging into his innards. Alright. There's a pile of gears here. Maybe I can just... Oh, Otto's painting's here. Let's go and have a look at that. I might check the mail tube as well. Oh, we can apply some brass polish to Otto. Alright, Otto, hold still for me. Be my guest. Well, that's enough for now, Otto. You're spick and span. Maybe I'll need some more later. Maybe, perhaps. Okay, so we've spruced up Otto as much as we can. Let's look at his painting. Not bad. Using an automaton as their subject must have been a challenge for that painter. Still, the outcome speaks for itself. All the dents and scratches on Otto have been accounted for. I hope he appreciates it, though I bet he'll start asking me to regularly spruce him up now. Will he get vain? That's the question. Alright, let's see if we've got any mail. Oh, okay. Brilliant. Another mail-in form. Cognac. Keep your machines going with efficient industrial oil and without worrying about constant refills. Order samples today. You could hold on to it till my creation day, Mr. Teddy. That way I'll be getting my yearly treat free of charge. Well, given how long it takes them to deliver, I think we'll be waiting till your creation day for the samples, even if we mailed this form today. Besides, I'll get my cognac from the best of the best, but I can never tell Otto the source. He might run off and get hooked. Another pamphlet? What kind of rot does it promote this time? Let's see. Periwinkle paste, teeth cleaning formula, let everyone you meet take a shine to you. Use mailing form attached to this pamphlet to order a sample of our product. Oh, by the beard of Brocker, my teeth are clean enough. Wish these ruddy salesmen would give it a rest for once, right, Otto? Teeth need cleaning, Mr. Teddy. You know that. That I do. Well, it's a shame that he's the fat facts buried underneath a mound of denial. If I had a shilling for every unsolicited leaflet I get, I wouldn't need to bother with monster hunting. What does it say? Alcohol. Good for the engine, but not for the engineer. Join the Lily Ribbons and keep honest-to-goodness labourers loyal to the Queen rather than to King Liquor. Ugh. Moralistic tummy rot. Besides, I serve no one but myself. Didn't you serve Queen and Country in Zululand? If you'd been there, you'd know that self-preservation mattered more than preserving the Empire's might. The things I've seen. I can essentially hear the author screaming about his goods. Want to see the wonders of the world and remain close to home? Visit Rathbone's exotic pets. Marvel at creatures from the Somali ostrich to the Galapagos tortoise. Peerless pets, peerless prices. All the import duties must be as eye-opening as the creatures themselves. Do you mean that Mr. Rathbone shelled out to attain the tortoise? A minor change in tone. I believe Otto made a joke. That's right, Otto. And unless a rich collector comes along and buys the lot, these critters aren't leaving Sorry Square anytime soon. I'm lucky for my dull sense of smell. Imagine going past those cages as Mr. Daley. Bold letters and exclamation marks. So much for gentle nudges. Maintain steady access to Tinkerfella, the mechanic's best printed friend, by renewing your subscription to London's foremost magazine about the engineering trade. Fresh schematics, handy tips. Tinkerfella keeps the information machine churning. This looks to be your 4th reminder. Oh, what makes you say that? I have noticed that with every new reminder there is an additional exclamation mark at the end of each sentence. Very good. Alright, well that's done. We got a bit of stuff done on Otto, so that's good. And I think we probably go to talk to Dante in the docks now. Shame I haven't really been able to do anything about this wallet, but I think I've probably mucked up the relevant check. Seems the mother bird lost this one. Must be hard for them to live here with all the smog. Okay, well let's talk to Dante then. This might advance the stuff to the next chapter. Oh, Teddy, you made it. Good. No denying the man's enthusiasm. I've always got time for a fellow dwarf. Welcome sentiment. But perhaps one day new technologies will allow the different races to stop competing with each other and embrace cooperation. Imagine if dwarf, man and cyclops all enjoyed the same rights and privileges. Oh, pie in the sky, my friend. Those prejudices are bone deep. Stop losing hope, Teddy. Are you wrong about that, Mr. Redgrave? Let's ask for the steam wrench. About that little item we discussed earlier, the steam wrench. Oh yes, I didn't forget. Use it in good health. What about the warehouse? You were really talking the place up earlier. Looks like just another warehouse to me. I told you my employer is big. Well, this is just one of the Arsenal's work sites. What do they take care of at this particular location? Good question, Otto. Here at the wharf we assemble advanced machine components and parts for automatons. I'd offer to show you around, but they're running an inventory at the moment and I don't want to get underfoot. I already know who Dante has been working for, but I may as well let him gloat a little. He's clearly proud to have risen to his position. So who's the big cheese running this operation then? Oh, that'd be Silas Bragg, otherwise known as Lord Braxton. Oh. So Silas Bragg, that's who's behind the cult that Atticus is chasing. Oh. That's only just clicked. It's possible that other people have got there before me, but that one that Clara is in the airship with, he's the one that might have taken Atticus's friend Leo. Ooh. Interesting. Being the in-the-know engineer that you are, Teddy, you must have already heard of him. Well, I admit I've heard the name. Arsenal devices are all over the town these days. He's a cyclops of some importance, both in industry and polite society. He's an undeniably brilliant inventor. Some days I'd even call him a genius. So he struggles to connect, forgets to sleep, and always misses a button on his boots. Nonsense. Lord Braxton pays another man to do those things for him. Although, something about him gives me pause. He's working on a side project, the details of which he keeps jealously guarded, and I'm starting to think Lord Braxton shouldn't keep secrets from his top engineers. Not a ripe environment for invention. Well, I won't go into it now. You might as well see for yourself his dirigible's moored upstairs. We could chat with him right away. That is if you're still keen on that upgrade for Otto. Yeah, okay. What about that upgrade for Otto you mentioned? Yes, of course, we're calling it the Determination Core. I collaborated on the design, but the bulk of the credit goes to Lord Braxton. It's his idea, after all. The product itself is ready and just waiting upstairs. Yeah, go on then. Oh, alright then, let's head for the airship. Ready to meet Lord Braxton then? I'm ready. Right, well, we've been here once with Clara. I'll just see if there's anything potentially interesting for Teddy to mess around with. You can't go into the bedroom. What about the wine rack? Audible wines, all bearing single-digit ages. Only sign of monetary restraint on this lavish airship. I should get myself one. Listening to music helps make time go faster while working. Can we go into his study? Ah, notebook. Lots of numbers and drawings on there. Perhaps that's where Silas jots his ideas down. Not that I want to closely study them. Gotta respect fellow engineers' privacy. No, we don't. This guy could be evil. Books hardly look worn. Either he doesn't have time to read or he's showing off. Someone's ambition spans the globe. Wonder how far Arsenal engines will go in the future. A cuckoo clock. Looks like a Rombach and Haas from Germany. I'm conflicted about these devices. The craftsmanship is enviable, but the thing itself is ridiculous. They're supposed to keep good time. Well, that counts for something. Alright, well, let's talk to Dante then. Many of the more advanced components that allow this dirigible to fly and manoeuvre were made by Arsenal. Oh, is that so? Yes, this organisation is the future of the Empire. I believe that all the way down to my bones. You'll see what I mean once you've had the chance to meet Silas. Oh, here he comes now. This fellow certainly has Dante's loyalty all sewn up. Mr. Bragg, hello. So glad you found the time to meet with us. This is the capable inventor, Teddy Redgrave, and his personal automaton, Otto. Oh, Mr. Redgrave, Otto, pleased to make your acquaintance. And as we were discussing the other day, I think Otto would make the perfect test case for that speech interfacing technology we've been working on. My speech patterns are very advantageous. Did he mean advance? Oh, did he mean advance? Seems like there's still room for improvement. My, what oh, that's not his voice. My, what a precious little machine. Don't worry, Otto. Any changes we make will be for the better, I promise. Now, Mr. Redgrave, according to Mr. Ziegler, Otto is entirely your design. Is that correct? Oh yeah, Otto is my creation and mine alone. But you understand, he's more of a friend to me than a servant. Marvellous. I feel the exact same way about certain of my own projects. Mr. Redgrave really is one of a kind, sir. I place my faith in him 100%. I wonder, Mr. Redgrave, if you know anything about Arsenal's history. Arsenal Engines is more than a money-making machine. Any simpleton can manage that. My aim is technology for the masses. The small, the ignorant, the indigent. I wish to make the same miracles possible for them as for millionaires like myself. He must want to be known for another motivation beside the... He must want to be known for another motivation beside the typical greed of a business magnate. If I don't chase this greatest of dreams, then some less charitable tycoon will take the lead. Possibly a plutocrat with too much stake in petroleum fuel engines. Bloody ghastly that stuff is. Sir, I see that you suffer from a paucity of operational limbs, much like myself. Is that carriage your own design? Oh, it is. I was quite proud of it at the time, but I fear I settled for too little. That is an error of judgment I do not allow myself any more. I am designing a mechanical leg similar to your own. Well, no, that's not precisely correct. He's speaking of an uninterrupted neural feedback loop. That's right, Dante. It won't simply convey me about on my errands, but transmit the same nerve impulses as an actual leg, foot, and toes. Well, the bold industrialist gives my own enhancements the old once over. Your own prosthetics are quite clever, obviously better than something one could pick up at the hobby shop, but the ones I'm working on will surpass the function of natural limbs. Do I hear you correctly, sir? Did you just compare this leg of mine to a gewgaw one could find at a tinker's shop? I'll have you know I've stood on this very leg to face such horrors as to make a stoic wet his breeks. Can you say the same about that little toy engine? So the very conveyance which compensates for his disability was perhaps not the wisest move. Oh, come now, Teddy, you can't. I can now answer for myself, thank you, Dante. It's natural for two men of intellect like ourselves to compete. Well, perhaps only natural, but desirable. But the miraculous devices of which I speak are yet to come, while your handsome invention is already serving its owner, and by your account quite admirably. For that reason, I do not hesitate to concede the argument. We could try this one, see if Arsenal was involved in the expedition to Atlantis. Many of our newfangled technologies owe their pedigree to the discovery of centuries-drowned Atlantis and her steam-powered wonders. Since your company is so dominant in the field, I must ask, was Arsenal involved in that expedition? Oh, an astute question. Yes, my father was. Well, he was ahead of his time. I don't like to brag about his involvement in the discovery of Atlantis, but really, how else could a Cyclops have built an industrial empire like Arsenal? And of course, he paid the price for his genius. Ooh, a terrible thing. Sounds like there's a hidden tragedy behind the fortune. Excuse me, are you saying your father suffered some misfortune? He was killed in an accident. Notice he said his father was killed rather than he passed on. Oh, easy skill check. Tragedy is sometimes the crucible that makes a dwarf or a cyclops. I hope you feel the same, Mr. Bragg. Nice. I know my father would wish it so. I understand that I hadn't planned on discussing my past, and I need no man's pity, but very well. He and my mother were murdered by a shadow-skulking coward. Someone rigged their carriage with an explosive. I lost my legs in the same incident. Ooh, anyone would feel a deep emptiness after that. Could his grandstanding and achievements be his way of filling the void? Well, my father was assassinated, you understand. The papers said it was industrial espionage, a jealous competitor. I saw he was killed because he was a cyclops who'd risen above his station, above what society deemed acceptable. He wasn't simply a genius, inventor and industrialist, but a philanthropist as well. From what I've heard, a man who wished to better the lives of others, not only his own kind. Well, he wished equality for all the species, as do I, and he staked his life on his dearly held beliefs, as have I. But London was not yet ready for a Cyclops to succeed at my father's level, especially one who strove to uplift the entire species. Losing Richard Bragg was a blow to society itself. But I overcame the devastating losses of that day to build on the business he left me. Now Arsenal is a juggernaut of industry. I won't say I accomplished all this alone. Anyone who calls himself an island, and I call a liar. By building himself an empire, he's put some distance between his past and current selves. Yet is it better to outrun one's inner wounds rather than treat them? Nowadays, my position is hard for the muckety-mucks to ignore, but if London isn't ready for this Cyclops, then she'd better watch her back. But enough, let's not dwell on such a morbid subject. Catering your best technology to the poor? Well, the idea is merit, but I wonder if it's achievable. Oh, nothing could be simpler, my good fellow, or at least as simple for a company operating at Arsenal's level. I shall establish a few key items that every man can use. Better to clear the earwax, old Teddy, you'll want to hear this. Example, a self-renewing light source or a small powered cart for moving heavy items or carrying goods to market, things like that. I subsidize the initial production cost to sell these things at prices which simply cannot be refused, thereby undercutting the competition. To my own quite numerous workers, I will offer deferred payment deducted from their salary. Excuse my asking, but wouldn't that be inordinately expensive? Oh, I don't wish to sound like a braggart, but it would be little more than a line item for me. Alongside the introduction of these few mechanical assistants for the common man, automation means more efficiency in my factories, and more productivity for the individual worker. But the honest labourers would have to adapt. Oh, it's a good point, Dante, but we would help them to do so. Because of what we'll save on overall efficiency, we can increase pay across the board. Winning higher wages, our workers will then be able to purchase even more of our life-enhancing technology. What if other companies are wise enough to catch on and start to mimic Arsenal? Oh, well then, all the better, all the better. Competition is healthy in a case like this. Well, that's sound business, but there's something else on my mind. Perhaps I should ask him all that I can. He seems hard to book a meeting with. Dante has piqued my interest about the module you designed, but I haven't heard much in the way of specifics. Oh, brilliant. Please rein me in if I start to ramble, Mr. Redgrave. I can be quite verbose when it comes to such a fascinating topic. The new module you speak of is the Determination Core. I had originally conceived of a very complicated series of punch cards, but it would have been too bulky. Entire room by my estimates. Too many punch cards. Exactly, Otto, and it would have required a separate machine to swap them out. Consolidated workflow, one machine instead of two. The determination engine is installed alongside the regular punch card reader. It facilitates sophisticated branching logic through the use of tiny, juxtaposed cylinders covered in minuscule protrusions, not unlike a series of interlocking music boxes. Ooh, that's a lot of delicate pieces all stored within a small device. I would need to fetch my diagrams to explain it properly, but suffice to say that once it's installed, both Otto's linguistic and decision-making abilities will be significantly increased. Exponentially so, in fact. My speech patterns are very advantageous. I'd go so far as to say Otto would be the smartest automaton in London. If you say London, you may as well say the world. Seeing is believing. I'll reserve judgment for now. In the world, yes, that is positive. Is the new module safe? Oh, the level of self-awareness is amazing for a one-man, one-dwarf project. But yes, my brass friend, it is perfectly safe. With all due respect, Mr. Bragg, the sooner money changes hands, the sooner I can get to dinkering, and Otto can start employing his new faculties. I like new faculties. Indeed. Well, I won't bother you with the actual costs involved with the determination engine's creation. No wish to make you dizzy, haha. Dante and I consider you a partner in this venture. Because you know the ins and outs of your creation, you'll be well suited to test the working protocols of Arsenal's new device. While you and Otto enjoy enhanced functionality, we profit from your expert observations and advice. Therefore, we only ask for a deposit of £10 sterling. We shall reconvene in, let's say, in 6 weeks, compare notes, and if you're amenable, discuss payment in full. I don't have £10 at the moment. Well, judging by the look on your face, it'd seem quite uncommon for a chap like you to be down to the felt. Not to worry, Redgrave, we can settle up later. I'm sure you're good for it. Take good care of it, my friend. No, take good care of it, my friend. Yours will be the first field test. If this test requires a field, then we shall have to go far outside London, Mr. Teddy. I've done my best to convey the importance of this project, Mr. Redgrave, but truly, you are part of something even bigger than what we've discussed. Oh, how's that then? Oh, sometimes I feel as though my jaw is running on a separate engine to my brain. But I've enjoyed our conversation so much I simply must tell you, in confidence mind, in the next couple of days we will be testing the medical application of a similar device on blooded species. And his machinations not only for automatons, perilously interesting. But I'm under contract, and more than that I cannot say. Now, I bid you a good day, Mr. Redgrave. I look forward to hearing your opinion in 6 weeks' time. We'll talk to you soon, Teddy. Good day, Mr. Redgrave. Otto, good day. Alright. I guess we've got to go and install the device. Hang on. Just want to check something. We don't have any cogs, so I might need to spend a bit of money to buy some from Dante. Otherwise I won't be able to install the thing. Oh. Okay. Alright, well let's start by going to we've got the wrench now, so let's go back down to the sewer and tinker with that distillery thing in the pump house. Severed arm still here. Control panel now, interesting. Well, let's see the distillery. If we stop this apparatus from drawing steam, the tenements will get their heat back. Of course, if I leave it like that, any old busybody can switch it back over to the distillery. It's disgusting what that gangster thinks she can get away with. Time somebody gave her a black eye. I've got a lot invested in my business. We've got a lot of business invested in my relationship. I've got a lot invested in my business relationship with Molly. She's off sending me contracts for one monster or another. It's almost certain she'll know I was responsible. Running the system at full steam without making any other adjustments, even for a few minutes, will wreck it for good. What do you think, Otto? Sounds dangerous, but I'm not afraid, Mr. Teddy. Oh, if we do this, we'd better step well back. Oh. Okay, destroy the distillery, but do it carefully so the tenements can reclaim their stolen steam. We'll try this. Come on, high number. Yay! Hey, we got some hope back. Nice, we're content now. Aha, it's completely demolished, and the steam is running straight back to the tenements as it should be. Well done, Mr. Teddy. The people upstairs will be toasty in their beds now. Thanks, Otto. That's why I keep you around. You help me see the bigger picture. Right, can I do anything with this control panel? For a one-eyed cove, the pump house captain has a knack for dials and gauges. Oh no, we've already looked at that once. Oh. I think he's best pleased with us. Oh, thank God it's you, Mr. Redgrave. Heard some thumping and banging back here and I feared the worst. It's all we seem to get back down here. Oh, glad to put you at your ease. There was something I'd forgotten to do in the pump house, but it's all taken care of now. Right. Good day to you then. Alright, I thought he was going to tell us off for breaking the distillery. I don't know if it's going to qualify as later to go and see if we won our bet, so I think probably at least another chapter. It just strikes me that it's going to be sort of the same time period. Yeah, so we're going to do Otto's upgrade. Yeah, and he wouldn't do that just yet. He said wait till tomorrow. So I think all we've got really left to do is go back to our workshop then. See if we can get anything off the pile of gears. Okay, it didn't help. Let's put Otto on his hooks. Need to raise Otto up on the hooks to install the determination core. Might take me a while. I should probably tend to any other tasks before getting started. Now let's do it. Alright, Otto, time for your installation. Let's get you hooked up. Understood. Easy does it. Can't have you shatter into God knows how many pieces, or else there won't be an automaton to upgrade. I treasure your concern for me. Now let's check behind the panel and see what's what. Yeah, sockets need cleaning. Better take care of that first. Yay, more hope. Ah, that had been a long time coming. I have a strong sensation of cleanliness. Thanks, Mr. Teddy. Now I'll just sweep these cables aside and get to the nitty-gritty. This reminds me of my own surgery coming up, except mine is to improve the physical, while your gadget is strictly for cognition. I don't mind admitting I'm a wee bit worried about it. I hope this new module doesn't provoke any negative emotions in you. You're a damn nuisance. I welcome any expansion of my abilities. Now I just need to seek the determination core. Brace yourself. But I don't have pain receptors, Teddy. Oh right, yeah, of course. There are only two tragedies in life. One is not getting what one wants, and the other is getting it. Back to Clara. Okay, after an unnerving run-in with a centaur, thankfully not a bobby, Beatrix has her medicine and one disaster has been averted. Your performance at the Palladium is coming up now. Possibly the last you'll give in London if all goes well. But when has it ever? Seems we've a busy house today. All the more reason to give it my all while performing on stage. Best not keep my audience waiting. Now let's see. Ariana's here. Maybe I should speak to her first. There's Aria, humming a happy tune. Clara! Oh, hello. I thought I'd drop in to offer my support. A girl should have her friends about on a night like this. That sounds like the same ditty Felipe was singing. Mention it. What's that tune you're humming? Oh, I don't know. It got stuck in my head at some point, and now it's going round and round. Aria's never been a good liar. I heard it earlier from the fishmonger, Felipe. It seems the two of you have gotten rather close. Yes, I suppose that must be where I heard it. He's a very sweet, a good fellow. I'm not entirely sure of my own feelings for him. Not yet. And the sweet fellow's about to propose. This could turn into a real casino. I don't know why that's Italian slang for a mess, but there you go. Some clients are better than others, certainly. And I confess I've grown fond of certain customers in the past. As a general rule, it's something I try to avoid. But never to the extent that I turn down payment. Let him pay for it until he makes a real commitment at least. If that's what you want, I mean. Well, if that's what I want, that's the rub. go for it. I understand if you need time to think about it, but perhaps you should find him, Arya. Talk to him. The sooner the better. Figure out what it is you want together. Yes, you're right. I need to face this head on. Better that than having the misery of it cling to her, distract her. Right after your performance, then. I've still some time until the train stop for the night. I'll find him, then return to the Rose and see if I can't polish off the last of this debt. Best of luck, Arya. But listen, that's enough about me for one night. This is your big evening. You should stay focused on you. We'll talk later, okay? Oh, by the by, I'm glad you came by tonight. It can be quite lonely up on the stage. I can well imagine. I'm a bit jealous, you know. You've always been so bold. Now I've a little something bold on the back burner myself. That's a titch alarming, truth be told. Still, she's her own woman. I just hope she knows what she's doing. You heard about this Corzan killer the papers are on about? Rather worrisome, no? Oh, yes, indeed. Something on your mind? Perhaps so, but Clara, I'm not sure it's anything at all. Maybe it's best to let sleeping dogs lie. Yes, nice roll. Well, draw, I suppose, when you talk about cards. Arya, what's going on, really? All right. Perhaps it would do good to share my concerns, though keep in mind I've no idea if what I know amounts to anything at all. And what is it you know? A friend of mine has been missing for some time. Her name was Gwen Saney. We used to work together before the factory burned. The textile fire had put Arya out of work. She'd not been around for months, and then... Oh dear. I found that she'd washed up in the Thames ages ago, all that time, and no one had claimed her body. She was placed in a pauper's grave. The family's from abroad, India originally, although Gwen was raised in Bruslavia. The Nation of Wolves? Well, that's what they call it here in England, at least. Gwen's mother was a lycanthrope, though my friend never took the bite. Well, what does this have to do with the courtesan killer? I'm not sure. I know only that her body was in a terrible state when it was found, that it had been weeks since she was killed. A long time for her body to decay. And I know that the Bobbies won't tell me anything about her. If they I suspect foul play, or if they simply don't care what became of her. Ours is quite a lot, Arya. I know, but then again I also know it might amount to nothing. I have only hearsay to go on. I didn't see her body myself. I only learned of it after the fact. Perhaps it was simply the river that landed her in such dire straits. Well, it's quite possible. Being left so long in the water, putrefaction and saponification would greatly disfigure the corpse. Saponification, an event of decomposition during which fatty acids in a body break down. There we go. Oh, it's all so dreadful. And all I have are second-hand accounts. Wow. Perhaps it is related to the case. Do you really think? No, never mind. I want to put this from my head for now. It's all the same to you. Seems I won't be getting any more out of her right now. A pity. I hope it's nothing serious, though I have my doubts. Yes, I'd like to change the subject. You've better things to think on anyway, Clara. What am I doing? Talking your ear off when you've still a house to entertain. Come on now, on with the show. Oh, if you're sure, Arya. I am sure. You'll do wonderfully, I just know it. Best of luck, Clara. Okay. Maybe we should speak to others as well. That was quite useful for story purposes. Is there anyone down in the casino? Or Lefty's here? It's Atticus. Atticus is here.
Sorry, miss, but I'm on a hot streak right now.
I suppose I'll have to wait for things to simmer down a bit before I can trade words with him. Well then, Mr. Hotshot, I'll leave you to it. We talk to Lefty again, maybe. She in disguise? She's in disguise. She didn't learn that before. Well, hello, Miss Clara Reed. Lefty? Lefty and I go all the way back to my bullfrog days. While I stepped away from stealing for the most part, she's still at it. The most expert thief in the East End. Didn't she get away with it with the Queen's diamonds from the Royal Gallery? That's true, but the Crown got them back again. Not before Lefty made her cut, that is. And came away scot-free. How's business tonight? Any high rollers with too much dosh? Actually, she should be Scottish with this accent. I can't remember what I made her before. You ken how it is. There's always some lummox who just can't wait to be parted with his fortune. Intellect. Low shot. Nope. No one you especially have your eye on? Nah, not but the usual punters. Good luck up there, Miss Reed. Evening, Ginger Cake. Tessica? Of course I made it, darling. You look like you haven't any faith left in me. I must admit, I wasn't expecting to see you tonight. Well, I'm afraid we'll be leaving after the performance. I hate to cut and run, but I have a showing with a well-heeled patron this evening. It's quite all right. My darling Tessica is in great demand, as she should be. Seems the day drinking has at last caught up to him. Well, thanks, Calvin. Sweet of you to say. And it was kind of you to spend the day about the bar in my stead, lest our dear Clara catch the morbs before her big day. Well said, Tessica. They have the finest and cheapest absinthe in the East End, and they let me keep a tab. Yes, Calvin, and they charge extra if you don't pay on time. Well, I really appreciate the both of you making it. Of course, my dove, and I'm sure you'll do just fine, even without our well wishes. Oh, it's hardly my first performance, Tessica. As well I know, I was at your very first performance in London, after all. Of course I remember, that was how we met, and your support through the years has always meant the world to me. Wouldn't have had it any other way, Ginger Cake. Now get up there and give us a show to remember, Miss Reed. Best of luck, Clara. Not that you'll need it. You talk to Beatrix. There's Bee slouched against the bar, like it's her last friend. Judging by the row of glasses, she seems to be well into her cups. Let's keep up our rivalry with her. You're putting him away this evening, Bee. You'll float right out of here and into the gutter at this rate. Yes. Not even a giggle. She must really be feeling down. What's the occasion anyway? Are you worried about Sykes? Sykes has been on my mind, yes, but not because he threatened me. That was nothing. Thank you for the candy, by the by. It was a kind gesture and much needed. Then what troubles you? Are we at 100 yet? Yeah. Despite our differences in the past, she's looking for anyone to spill her feelings to tonight. Sykes and I, there was one night recently, quite a passionate night. We were in rather a frenzy. A bit rough, though nothing either of us did not desire, I assure you. Nothing particularly jarring there. It sounds entirely within reason thus far. Saints know some clients request a rougher edge to things. I won't say it wasn't a titch marked up. I won't say I wasn't a titch marked up by the end of it, though so was Sykes for that matter. Still, Zora was less than enthused to see her star girl bearing such marks. It's not unheard of for dollies to take precautions against such things. Certainly we aim to maintain a certain air. But it should have been hardly the impetus for Madame's ire. These things happen. Only made it worse today, what with the pills. Zora's given me an ultimatum. Break it off with Sykes or she'll boot me from the Rose for good, and withhold my pay for violating house rules. Mixing work and personal relationships often leads to disaster. Falling in love's not a crime, Bee, nor is change. Saints know I'm no example of sturdiness nor of routine. And mistakes happen. Anyway, I'm happy for you and a little surprised, to be honest. I thought everything was strictly business between you. Ours might not be the most simple profession, but I'm still human, Clara. In this line of work, we form connections now and again, or else attempt to fend off undue familiarity. Unlike that chilly tyrant Zora, it seems. That's enough moping about. Eyes forward, eh? Well, that's right. And watch it with the gin. Too much of it produces a rather poor complexion in the morning. Have a good evening, Bee. Same to you, Clara. And thanks for the pep talk, I suppose.
Ginger to settle the stomach, honey to soothe the voice, and a generous helping of whiskey for the nerves. Oh, and for yourself? Oh, you're as ready as you'll ever be, my duck.
All right, then. Let's go do Clara's big performance. This goes to the green room and my last show in London. I must say, the nostalgia's like a knife. Now then, I know the steps and how to hit the notes. Shall we begin? I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Let's give him a night to remember. We've a modestly full house, and something about the finality of this performance makes me feel, well, it's hard to put a finger on it. I'm eager to put this all behind me. Let's leave on a high note. Oh, Grace is up to 20. The band begins to play a hopeful ballad from my years in America.
are cold and still.
Haha, tremendous. Oh, just excellent, lads. I'm on a roll tonight.
Sing my whippoorwill.
This rum bum is stealing the crowd. I must keep my composure. Oh, Atticus.
Dim night with threadbare mantle spread, envelop stream and fair, and homes with pale and yellow light, hide friend and peer beyond my ken. My heart too has begun to stray towards yon distant hill, and I will tune my whippoorwill. Yes, I will sing my whippoorwill.
I think I might come to miss this when all's said and done. Quite the performance, Clara. A masked man whom I've never seen. Perhaps he hopes to hide his identity while frequenting the Velvet Rose. I do hope the audience enjoyed it. First time at the Palladium? Perhaps I could have one of our girls give you a tour of the Rose upstairs. Thanks, but I'm quite fine down here. In point of fact, I attended tonight to see you. Your reputation precedes you. You've seen the posters advertising my performance? Something like that. If he's not here for a transaction at the Rose, then perhaps something unscrupulous. Certainly he did not just come to see me sing. Oh, I'm glad you like the show, but I'm quite busy this evening and I should be getting on. Oh, is that right? I noticed someone else this evening who seemed to be quite busy as well. He gestures towards the raucous gaming tables, where the burly minotaur who interrupted my performance still sits, still entirely sozzled. Still adding to an already obscene pile of winnings. Shame about that interruption. Some people just don't know when to quit. That fellow does seem busy earning dosh. Perhaps he would enjoy some time at the Rose, but put his earnings to better use than a game where he could lose it all on a bad run. I was thinking much the same. Were you now? It's quite perceptive, Miss Clara Breed. Something in his stare tells me he's been watching me closely for a while. Is he of the Lancaster's goons, just waiting for the right moment to strike? In any case, he's right. That gambler's a good mark, and I should think he owes me for interrupting my show. I should see if I can't convince him to part with a portion of his capital. Or the entirety, if need be. Well, I'll leave it to you. I'll leave you to it. Best regards, Miss Reed. He takes his leave just as mysteriously as he appeared. So the proverb is true. The Lord loves infants and fools. This minotaur is certainly feeling his oats, and from the look of that pile of chips, he has good reason to celebrate. I'd be a tad more forgiving if he hadn't interrupted my performance. Perhaps his winnings are enough to pay Green Street? I'll need to get a closer look, but it appears I found my mark. It should be simple enough to get him alone somewhere and swipe the tin. With any luck, I'll be able to leave London tonight, exactly as planned. Well, we could go and talk to Atticus, but we'll leave that, I think, for next time. When we come back, we'll, I was looking forward to Atticus actually having some money to spend, but It looks like our other main character is going to steal it from him, but we will see. We'll see what happens. But thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Let me know in the comments, what you think of the game, what you think of the series, anything else you like. It's always good to hear your thoughts. And if you did enjoy it, if you could hit the thumbs up button, that'd be brilliant. And if you're watching this and haven't already subscribed to the channel, that would be amazing as well. So thanks very much, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.